Hello. Today is February 3rd, 2020. It's a new year. The weather outside my window is pretty good. It's still winter, so it's still cold, but today was about 10 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than normal, so it was pretty nice outside. And there's no rain or no snow, so there's a nice, clear, beautiful blue sky. I wanted to make another one of these at this point in time because I'm kind of sandwiched in between being busy. January was very busy for me, and the end of February is also very busy for me. So now's the best time. One of the reasons why it's busy is because I work at a chocolate shop. And being a chocolate shop, I've been told it gets very, very, very busy during Valentine's Day, which is in like a week or so. I like working there. I asked my boss what my title was, and she said, well, you're a chocolatier. And I like the sound of that. I like being able to call myself that. I can't really, for the longest time, I couldn't pinpoint why I wanted to work as a chocolatier at a chocolate shop, but I think I know now, having worked there for about like a week, a little more than a week. When I'm there, especially if I'm working with the chocolate, and I get to make the chocolate and package it up for sale, I get a good feeling knowing that someone is going to really enjoy it later. And that's not too far off from how I feel about my videos. The first person I try to make happy with my videos is myself. Then it's my small circle of friends. And then it's everyone else. So people seem to like my videos. I certainly like my videos, and my friends certainly like my videos, so they make me feel happy. And the chocolate, making whatever confections I'm making that day, that makes me happy too. Also, it's just a fun thing to work with, to be honest. I think it's fun to work with chocolate. It's something new, it's something exciting for me, because all my life I've been in college and I've been a software engineer, so those are the only real jobs I've had, or full-time student and sitting at a desk staring at code. So this is a interesting new venture for me, and there's a lot of excitement. And I hope it stays exciting. I think it will stay exciting so long as people continue to enjoy the chocolate. At first I was worried that being a chocolatier, I'd have problems balancing that along with helping out my friends and working on the videos and projects that I wanted to work on. But I realized it's actually the opposite, and it actually works out quite well. Coming home at the end of the day, my body might be physically tired because I'm on my feet, I'm working with my hands, but my mind isn't. And I think that's the important thing, that mentally I'm not exhausted. So I still feel like I'm in the mood to edit or work with my friends and be able to communicate and make creative decisions. Whereas when I was a software engineer, I would come home every day and mentally I was exhausted and I would just want to zone out and not do anything or just play video games because I didn't, I had made so many decisions already throughout the day that I didn't want to do anything anymore. So I'm quite happy. And once I get into the groove of things and once Valentine's Day dies down, I have a lot more videos planned. The next big thing I want to make, because my last set of videos has concluded, I want to make a talk show. Very loosely, it will be a talk show. Don't expect an audience, don't expect anything traditional. Ever since I made that music video that I really liked and I thought it turned out very well, I realized that, I can make anything I want. There's, it's not going to have the same result as something with a higher budget, or any budget, or it's not going to be like what I see on TV. But it's real and it counts. So I think the next thing I want to try making is I want to try making a weird talk show. It'll follow the format of a talk show, but it'll be something for me. That's all I really can say. I expect the first episode, it'll be really short. I'm guessing somewhere around 10 minutes, but the first episode will probably be out either the beginning or middle of March. Mainly because I'm still laying down the groundwork of what I want this to be and how I'm going to accomplish it. It's still in its early stages, although I've made a decent chunk of progress already. I'm excited. I think a lot of people are going to like it, and I am looking forward to it because I've done weird things under a lot of different categories, under a lot of different, ideas. A music video, a sketch, but I was looking for a way to wrap it all together, and about more than 6 months ago I had this idea of, what if I wrapped it all up like some sort of variety show? But that fell through, and the footage that I shot for it wasn't any good, and I just ended up scrapping it. I didn't end up progressing, and I decided to not use any of it. So I think this, trying to make my own talk show is a good way to balance everything that I'm currently trying to accomplish, and also wrap it up very neatly into like one package. Because I want something that, if I'm meeting someone for the first time, I want to be able to point at something very complete for them to look at. The other thing that I'm currently trying to accomplish, aside from working as a chocolatier and progressing with my videos, is I want to try stand-up comedy. If you listen to the podcast, I've stated that that's my New Year's resolution. I'm taking it very seriously. On that front, I'm making less progress than I wanted to, just because I haven't had the time. So step one for me is to attend live comedy shows. I'm someone who, I think every piece of exposure I've had so far related to stand-up comedy has been through a screen. Watching specials, watching videos online, but not actually being there in person. And according to what I've found, doing the bits of research that I've done, is that, you're not, your smaller acts, you're the comedians out there who aren't, household names. The game is very different. And I need to attend live shows in and around here in Boston to see if I can discern anything and pick anything up. So I'll be that weirdo who I guess is like taking notes on their phone the entire time and not laughing. Thankfully, Boston seems like it has several places where stand-up comedy seems to be thriving. So I think it'll be pretty easy for me to find and go to live shows. It's just a matter of setting aside time for them. One of my main motivations for wanting to do stand-up comedy is there's just, maybe I haven't looked everywhere, but there are just no comedians out there right now who are willing to, who want to tell the jokes that I like. And the word is overused, but I am weird. I know I'm weird. But yeah, because I'm a weird guy, I want to hear weird jokes. And if no one's going to tell weird jokes, then I'm going to tell them. That's one of my big motivations. If there's no comedian out there that is like 100% perfect for me and my taste, I'm going to be that person, I guess. The other motivation I have is the same reason why I became a chocolatier. Life's short. Life's short, and I just want to give it a shot. I don't have a specific goal. I have it set as my New Year's resolution. The only thing I can think of to say is that by the end of 2020, so November, December, if I am regularly going to at least forget money. Money has no part in this. If I'm regularly going to open mics, and even if I'm telling jokes and they're just bombing, I think I'd be happy with myself. Because I fulfilled that goal, right? I'm giving stand-up comedy a chance, and if I like it, I like it. If I don't, then I don't have to keep going. But at least I can say in earnest that I tried. It's the same thing as the videos and being a chocolatier. For some reason in my mind, I can see myself doing it. So if I can see myself doing it, then, my gut feeling hasn't steered me wrong so far. One of the reasons why I feel like I'd be good at it is I realized that I am really good at learning. A lot of people, when they go through high school, when they go through college, they pick something to learn and they get good at it, and then they go out and they work as that thing. And I didn't realize this until I got out of college pretty much, but I learned how to learn well. That's my strong suit. For the longest time, I only applied it to things like video games, right? I would pick up video games really fast, and I would learn to play them very well, very quickly. But that was that was the only place that I was really applying this skill. And I never thought, and it's almost embarrassing, because had I realized this when I was much younger, say the beginning of college or high school, I'd be a much more learned, much more skillful person. Oh well, better late than never, right? So I can see myself doing it because I want to do it. It's my gut feeling, and yeah, I think I could learn really fast. I'm someone who doesn't believe in talent. I think people are talented, but that talent doesn't go too far. I think learning will take you a lot farther. And so I'm just going to spend this year learning as much as I can about stand-up comedy. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna I'll I'll do for stand-up comedy what I do for Tekken. So in Tekken, it took me like 3 months of playing in earnest, for real, sitting down and focusing and learning, for me to go from like nothing to red ranks. And I looked it up online, and I think red ranks in Tekken puts you somewhere in the like 90th percentile of players or something. I don't know. Someone's gonna have to I'm gonna have to fact check that. But if I can do that for comedy, I think I'd have a good shot. I don't know. I recorded this really late, and the sun is setting now. We're losing that beautiful natural light that I like to use for my videos from the sun. It's starting to get dim, so it sounds like a good spot to wrap it up. I kept this one short because I felt like the last one was a little long, and I want this to be a little bit more concise. So, yeah, that's where my life is right now. Expect the next one of these in maybe a month-ish. I promised every month or so, but obviously I've already broken that promise because it took me 2 months. The last one, I think, it was in the beginning of December, so yeah, that'd be 2 months from now. So, I'll try, but no promises. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, thank you for tuning in, and I sincerely hope that things are going good for you. Goodbye.